Weather for MeteoMark, MeteoMark.com, MeteoMark.com, and Facebook at MeteoMark. Here we go, April 25th, 2013. Let's start off with a picture here. I like to make connections with weather the day before, and here we go. We've got Derek Rentschler from Lebanon, Pennsylvania. This is at the Lebanon Valley Mall on April 24th, 2013. Now, I'm going to show you the pictures, and then I'm going to show you the radar shot, the regional radar shot taken right before the thunderstorms moved in to Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Here it is, the Lebanon Valley Mall here in Pennsylvania. You have the strong thunderstorms in the background here, looking very ominous. And wow, let me analyze that picture. Looks like you're actually getting some, aside from the point, you're getting some leaves on the trees, something we still are not getting up here in New York State. Very slow to bring spring on. But getting back to the thunderstorm, here's the second picture. Look at this. Thunderstorm moving in. Now, this was not a severe line of thunderstorms, but it did prompt a severe thunderstorm watch, as I'm going to show you in the snapshot that I have of my map from previously last night. So let's take a look. Thank you, Derek, for sending those in. Thunderstorm pictures are my weakness. Let's take a look at the regional radar with the watch box and the severe thunderstorm potential box that I had. You can see here across Pennsylvania we had this line of thunderstorms that extended from the southern tier of New York down through Pennsylvania, but for the most part it contained very little lightning. So not too much in the way of lightning with this system, but we had an overrunning warm front and we had some spin in the atmosphere, which created those showers and thunderstorms, and a very strong line of thunderstorms, not severe but strong for the most part. But it did cause some damage in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. We had trees and wires reported down and during the late afternoon and early evening hours. So let's get right into the scenario forecast here. This would be heading on into 48 hours, and we do have a fair amount of precipitation. For the most part, it's going to be confined in one area, and that area will be across pretty much the Ozarks here, extending over towards eastern Oklahoma and over towards eastern Tennessee, the northern states here, the southern states, the southern Gulf states here. This is where we could get upwards of 1.5 to 3 inches of rain in this little band here, extending from Texarkana over to about Nashville, Tennessee. This is where we'll see a good deal of heavy rain and some possible severe weather on the day on Friday, and I'll show you that on the big picture map. Speaking of the big picture map, here it is. This is the setup for the next 48 hours. We got a very quiet west. The jet stream will dip just enough here across the central states to bring us that system, and this system's mostly cut off for the most part. You see it's a very big trough and warm front here. We don't have much in the way of a major system, but a lot of overrunning precipitation and enough spin in the atmosphere that on Friday we could, we could get some of those thunderstorms to actually become severe around the Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas, Louisiana area where they come together there. So that's what we're going to look for. We have a slight risk of severe thunderstorms. Main threat would be damaging wind or a large hailstones. So be prepared for that. Other than that, we have a few spritzels across and sprinkles across the Great Lakes. Other than that, it's not looking anything major. Let's take a look at those temperatures. Temperatures will not be too much of a big story. The coolest air across the northern states, especially the northeast here, 50s and 60s, 70s and 80s widespread across the southern states. And it's going to notice here this warm air bubbling up from the west will start to make its way across the northern plains. In places we've seen the blizzard the last couple weeks, we'll get into the 70s across Minneapolis, over to Bismarck, and extending down towards Kansas City. These areas, Chicago, all in the 70s through the weekend, and even some 60s and some 70s across parts of New England, especially southern New England, and in the northeast mid-Atlantic areas. That's pretty much it for MeteoMark. There is a very boring weather pattern setting in for the long term. It's good if you want to be outdoors. It's bad if people like me who actually sometimes likes a little bit of excitement, but we're not going to get much of that. I will do a hurricane. It'll allow me more time to work on my hurricane outlook and my summer outlook. Like me on Facebook at MeteoMark. Subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark.com. Website is MeteoMark.com. Here's a 4-day forecast for my hometown viewers from Binghamton to Elmira, the northern tier counties of Pennsylvania, heading on into the day on Friday. TGIF. It's not TGIF for me, but it's TGIF for the rest of you. We got Friday here, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. All crystal clear, brilliant sunshine. The theme is temperatures, overnight lows could dip enough to get a frost one more night here in the Susquehanna region, especially those colder valleys of Broome and Tauga counties. And then we head on into Saturday. We'll start to make it well into the 60s, possibly pushing 70 by Saturday, and then Sunday we cool off just slightly, mid to upper 60s, and Monday we're back in the upper 60s with lows by that period in the 40 to 45 range, more normal. That's going to do it for MeteoMark.